Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well today. I know we are expecting a storm that may turn into a little hurricane, yes. And I hope you guys are, being prepared for the weather and ensuring that you have all the tools ready. For those of you who may have leaking roofs, make sure and, get yourself prepared with all those buckets and those things that are really going to help you to weather the storm. All right? We just have to continue to pray that it would not do as much damage as they expected to. All right? So I hope that is happening. Hi, Allison. Hi, Sunita. Thanks for joining us. Tasha, hi. Tasha, I know I thought about you when I was doing this topic, Tasha. And I know it will be a real encouragement to you. All right, so thank you guys for joining, for hopping on board. Yes, so we have 4 people. I just want one more, and then, as usual, we are going to start the program. It's going to be interesting. It is a program that is, today's topic is very close to my heart because I was experiencing this. I felt like I was feeling. So I really and truly, hope that it will encourage not only you guys, but those people that would also watch the replay. So let me encourage you right now, hit the share button. There's someone that needs to hear this today. Someone is there and they're feeling like they're feeling. And sometimes we may not voice it, but sometimes it's there hidden and we feel it. And we go about life as if it's okay, but we are actually feeling like we are feeling. So we want to really and truly go into this topic today and, get some, find out what is the root and what is the cause for us feeling the way that we do. Hi, Nika. Thanks for joining us today. Because so many times we feel like we are feeling. This is never a nice feeling. And when it overtakes you, it can be a bit challenging and it becomes very overwhelming. But there are reasons why we feel the way we do. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this topic, last week Thursday, when I was doing my makeup to come on the program, I felt like I was feeling. And my eyes just well up with tears. And I was like, my God, what is happening? I felt like I was feeling. For whatever reason, I felt like I was feeling. Hi, Margaret. Thanks for joining us today. And I felt if I am feeling that way and I am on target with my goals, then there are other people who might be feeling that way. So I wanted to come on and really encourage you. Now, there are 2 types of people that are feeling that way. The person, the individual who is stuck, and the individual who is on target, the individual who has their goals laid out and, who's really and truly accomplishing those things that they have already set out to do. So I want to look at those 2 different individuals and let us talk about the reasons why we feel that we are feeling. All right, there's a reason. I thought about it and I processed it because I encourage my mentees to own their feelings, be self-aware, and I had to own my own feelings. All right, I cannot preach something and not do it. All right, I have to be a good example to them. So for those of us, we want to look at for those of us who feel stuck, and there are 3 different reasons for each that I looked out. These are just 3. There are more reasons, right? So a lot of people come up to me and they say, Caroline, I feel like I'm stuck in my life. I need help. Immediately I ask them, why do they feel the way that they feel? And they explain they're not seeing the results. They're not adding value. They feel that in some form that that the advice that they get will help them to go further. And a lot of them, some are really stuck And then some of them are on target, but they are not going anywhere with their life. So I really and truly had to think about this topic really, and really I had to go within my own self to find out why I was feeling like if I was feeling. So for those of you who are stuck, there are three reasons that I looked at. One of the reasons is there are areas in your life that you left undone. And there are times then, there are gaps. We don't fill those gaps. And it is like potholes in the road. And if you don't fill those potholes, every time the car goes down, there's a jerk. And then, the car goes out of alignment. And there's a cost. So that's how you feel when things are undone. And it's going to affect your progress. Because when you reach in the middle, you cannot move. You know why? Because you get stuck right there. If you don't complete the process in your life, some pieces will go missing. It's like a puzzle. There are missing pieces to those puzzle. And if you don't deal with it, you're going to feel as if you are stuck. And you need to fill in the gaps. All right? The picture is not complete. For example, some of you need to go back to school. Maybe the career you chose may not have been the one that you have been called to. So that, there are people that maybe you got a good job, you had good connections. Maybe it is high moms. Maybe it is you did well, and you got that job. It's being paid. You're being paid well, but you may not have the qualifications for that job. You're not coping well. You know that maybe this was not where you were called to be. This is it's paying the bills. You're getting to do the things socially that you need to do, but you feel stuck. You're not moving. Sometimes we need to take that introspective and really and truly look at why it is that we are feeling as if we are failing. There are too many people that have not completed those things and they feel undone. Hi, prophetess, nice to have you on board. They feel as if that they are failing. Too many things are left undone. So you find yourself in a job and it becomes a dead-end job because there are things that you did not do. Now, when I started off as a preschool teacher, I did my early childhood education, a diploma in it, which helped me. When I was promoted after that, I went up to the corporate environment and I became a supervisor. But I didn't stop there. I went on to do my degree in human resources, because I needed the tools. Or else, today, I would have been really stuck. From there, I went on to do my MBA, which is helping me today. And of course, I have to go on now to do my PhD. All right? So there's momentum. Right? That's our topic for, our series in church. And it is really helping me even with the Facebook Live, the reasons why we feel as if we are failing. And number 2 reasons why we feel as if we are failing is that for those of us who are stuck, you need mentoring. Meaning that there are gaps in your life that needs to be addressed and the bridge is falling down. And it's difficult for you to cope with those challenges in your life. When I meet with my mentees on a one-on-one, there are things that we identify. What it is that is causing you to behave this way. And when I ask them, we go through a questionnaire, and the questionnaire begin to identify different areas of their life. They're procrastinating, they're not getting things done. We talk about conflict management. There are things that they're not confronting in their lives. There are things that they are not addressing. And listen, if you don't deal with those things, you cannot push. You cannot go to the next level. And a live I want to talk about Maslow's hierarchy, his levels, the different hierarchical levels. I want to deal with that. You know why? The concept is so great It is an awesome concept that when we don't deal with these basic things, to go to the next level. He said, unless you deal here, you cannot go to the next level. But you know what a lot of us do? We don't deal with here, but we jump here. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck. And you're going to feel stuck. And you're going to feel as if you're failing. You know why? Because you need the tools for the next level. And if we don't complete the basis here, how are we going to jump? Yeah, so these things are so important, and what happened? It brings on that feeling as if you are failing because you're playing hoops, you're jumping too high when you need to deal with what you have to deal here, and then now you could take that jump. Now, if I did not do, for instance, there was an area in my career as an HR officer where I became stuck. And what happened, I became very inefficient and I became very ineffective. And my director said to my manager that something is wrong. Hi, Michelle, thanks for joining us today. And I was getting a lot of complaints with respect to my function, and it bothered me. And one day driving to work, the Lord said, do your MBA. I was stuck. The minute I began to do it, and after the first term, they saw the difference, and I understood why. Because I felt I was failing. Because what happened? Once you have accomplished a certain area in your life, and you need to go further, you need to get the tools. If you don't get the tools, and if you don't apply it, and if you don't move towards what you need to do, you are going to feel as if you are failing. I am sharing my own life. These are things that I have gone through. And that feeling I had last week, it was necessary that I do this live today. Because some of you might be going through it. Reason number 3, you made poor decisions. We make poor decisions. The decisions can either be financially, emotionally, relational, career-wise, or business-wise. A lot of people, they jump out and they get excited. They go into all these different businesses and that making money, it may not be for you. That is not your purpose. That is not what you're called to. And this is something that we don't realize. You have to go into that which you have that skill for, that which you are passionate about. I mean, when I think about like what I do, I wake up every day, I'm in the night sleeping, I'm thinking, okay, what are some of the topics I'm going to do? What are some of the things I'm going to write today? And, I think, yes, Tasha, I think about these things because we have to make the right decision. No, when you make the right decision, we just expect microwave results. We expect, no, it takes time. It takes time. And I'm going to go into the other people that are on target. Because, we are making the right decisions. We are falling in line. We are doing the things that we are called to do. But yet still we feel as if we are failing. So number 3, what happened? Those decisions have set you back. And now you are feeling the effects of a tremor. When we have an earthquake, they say look out for the tremors. That is what happened when you make these poor decisions. Because there's a tremor coming. And what happened also, it plays on your mind and you feel as if you are failing. You are not failing. We first need to admit, say, listen, I make a poor decision there, That was a real bad financial decision that I make and it has set me back years. Admit what you have done. Hi, Leo, thanks for joining. Admit what you have done. And then forgive yourself. A lot of times we don't forgive ourselves. We get so angry with ourselves. We beat up ourselves. And guess what? If you don't forgive yourself, you wouldn't be able to move forward. So forgive yourself. Jump back on the bandwagon and begin to do the work again. Yes, Nika, begin to do the work again. And one of the things I want to encourage you, when you begin to make this change, seek the advice of people who can give you sound advice before making those poor decisions, because you want to make right decisions. And sometimes we go to people. Don't go for advice from people who are struggling in those areas that you are struggling in. You want to go to advice from people who have a success story. Those people who you are seeing that they are consistent and they're moving and things are working out for them. These are the people that you want to go through. Stop going to people that are struggling. People who are not even making that move to go to the next level. You're going to find yourself still in that pit. So we now want to look at those who are on target. So these are the persons who have made the right decisions. You know, they have become qualified in what they're doing. They started a business. They made right choices. But they still feel like they're failing. You know, sometimes when you watch the news and you see celebrities, they have it all, money, famous. They're doing well. But they're in rehab. They feel as if they're failing. Sometimes success is overwhelming them. Sometimes they're not even prepared for all that, what is happening. Yes, hi Gillian. You know, sometimes they're not ready. But they feel as if they're failing. You know why? Because sometimes stardom and success come to them so quickly, they're not prepared. That process, they didn't really get a chance to go through and be prepared for it, because sometimes it just happened overnight. They do one movie and it's like, wow, all this attention. And they feel as if they're failing. And trust me, it happens. And this is something that we don't have these conversations. And we need to talk about the best of us. We feel as if we're failing with our children. We see our children going down a road that this is not the road I want them to go. This is not the mistakes I want them to make. You feel as if you're failing. You have not failed in your parenting. Yes, there might be some decisions you may have made while growing up. You know, there are times when our children, we see them, fighting up to deal with conflicts. And we always want to intervene. Let them make the mistakes. And let them come back to you and tell you what the mistakes they have made and what are the lessons that they have learned. We have to, because listen, there's going to come a time when they're going to have to go off. They're going to have to live on their own. They have to go to university. And if we are always there pampering them, if we always feeding them, they would not be able to handle themselves. So sometimes when I used to be a preschool teacher and the little toddlers walking, we would let them walk and we would let them fall. You can't rush to their every need. Let them fall, let them cry, and let them get back up and say, good boy, good girl, come, mommy's proud of you, auntie's proud of you. And these things are so very important. If we don't do that and you don't rush to them, they're going to feel as if they're failing. And it happens to us in our natural life. So there's 3 reasons why those of us who are on target, those of us that are doing well, those of us that have made good decisions, we have a career and we are ready to move, why we still feel we are failing. You are building. Reason number 1, you are building. And you have become anxious because there are no results as yet. Think about a building. When you're building, you have to lay the foundation. And that foundation must be strong, because you don't want that foundation to have cracks. You don't want that foundation to be leaking, right? Because you don't want to fall through. So you're building a foundation. And when you're building a foundation, you will not see results as yet. So it takes time. So there are tools that you need to use, and you need to put up the wall, and then there's partition, and then when you have all the rooms together and all what you need, because you have the drawing board of the plan of what this would look like. Then you have to get the furniture and you have to set it up nice, and you say, wow, these are the colors I want. And listen, you are building. And you're building a good foundation, and you want to build a good foundation. So sometimes people who have everything going for them, we want to see things happen too quickly. You're building. And that's how I felt. I said, I'm doing all this work. I'm not lazy. I'm pushing, I'm doing everything that I was said to do. I'm being obedient. I'm walking right. I'm living right. But I'm feeling like I'm failing. And, I really had to go to the Lord about it. And I really had to talk to him. And he was like, "You're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing well." And because I'm building, and when you're building, sometimes you feel discouraged. When you're building, you feel discouraged because it takes time. It takes time to build. And, and foundations, that part right there takes some time before you start to put up the structure. So I had to think about those things and own my feelings, why I was feeling that way. Another reason is there's no evidence as yet. There's no evidence as yet. Sometimes when you are on the right track, we expect that we have evidence to show that we are doing right. I felt that, what is the proof? What evidence I have? What evidence I have to say that I'm doing that I'm doing? We like to see all these materialistic things. We like to see all these things that make us feel good, that shows that we doing good. May not be so. We might be impacting lives unknown to us. And this is what I was drawn to. I was impacting lives unknown to me. And sometimes I would get a WhatsApp. Sometimes I would get a message saying, "Caroline, thanks for that live. Thanks for that blog that you shared. I needed to hear that I was having a bad day. I am building." Those are the evidence that take me through. Those are the evidence that we need to see. Sometimes we look for these big things, but these are the small things that we are affecting people in a very quality way. And people are building confidence. We don't know how much people are looking at us. So if I begin to go down, the people that are following me and looking to me, I am going to affect them in a very negative way. So I thought about this. I thought about what I was feeling, and I really own it. And I recognized that I wasn't seeing the evidence as yet the way I wanted to see the evidence. But that does not mean that I'm failing. Checking to ensure that I'm still on track is evidence enough for me to continue. I was on track. I was doing the work. I was consistent with what I was doing. I was, tracking my goals, going back on my business plan. And when I checked my business plan, I was on target. I was meeting my deadlines. I was doing it. So why am I feeling that way? There was no evidence for me at the time. So I had to kind of take it down and wait for the thing to work, wait for the process to work. And the next reason is your network need to be revised and updated. Sometimes the people that you have in your network may not be the people that you need to take you to the next level. And nothing is wrong with updating it. Nothing is wrong with revising it. I'm involved in a network on LinkedIn. So this is a new community of people, of professionals that I'm growing from, that I'm learning from, that I'm connecting to. And I had to really and truly look at my network. There's some people you just have to drop off. We just have to drop off from our network. You know why? They are not like-minded. They are not on the same page. They are not heading the place that you are heading. And when you hang around them long enough and you listen to their conversations and the voices, what happened? Because they are failing, you don't realize how much it influences you. So you feel also that you are failing. And I too had to look at, my network. I had to look at, some of the people maybe I was sharing information with, the people that maybe I would have been asking for advice. And they have issues. They already stuck. Why am I going there? They have to get their act together. And there's certain information and there's certain things that I needed to withhold from them. Not completely cut them off, but I needed to withhold certain information from them because they, give them time to play catch up. And then I need to connect with a new community of professionals, those people that are heading somewhere. And those things are really and truly critical. And we need to get around those people that are successful and that are making a difference. that is so important. And as I speak about that, in terms of, your network, I was featured on Talk City 91.1 radio on Monday. And I was connected with Nico Larson a few years ago. And she had me on her vision board. She had me on her plan, her business plan for what she wanted to do next. And I was one of the persons she had as a guest. I also had a talk show on my vision board, which I still have up. And God connected us. This is a new connection. This is a new network for me. And I am learning so much. I'm learning the protocols, what it's like to be in the studio, what it's like to be on the radio, some of the language that I have to use, some of the jargons that I have to use, which is so very important, which is so critical. And we need to understand that when you change your network, you're going to change your language, you're going to change your behavior, you're going to change the way you see things, you're going to carry about yourself quite differently. And that was very important to me. So that was one of the big news, that was one of the big announcements that I had for you guys. And, as we're talking about changing your network, I am sitting under a woman who have years of experience in that field. And I am learning so much because one day I want to have my own talk show. And I am sitting under her and I'm watching her operate and I am learning. And we hear people on the radio, but it's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes. There are a lot of activities going on there. And it was so amazing. I'm saying, wow, they have to do all those things, concentrate and still communicate to us on air. It's a lot of work, but I'm learning. And I'm really privileged and glad for the opportunity. And the Lord had to remind me, that's an evidence there. That you're on a segment every Monday, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. You are on a segment every Monday. That's evidence that you're doing the work. And yes, Tasha, and that is evident enough. Those are some of the results. But you see, it is small and a little, but we want big things. And that really and truly encouraged me that I would be featured. I'm hearing her calling my name every day of this week, Carol Ann Joseph. My name is going through the airwaves. My name is in the wind. Hey, my name is in the wind. Yes, we take it for granted. You are doing the work. And if you're on target, you're making good decisions, your name is in the wind. Be careful of those people that you're talking to. They cannot help you. Cut conversation. I'm not telling you to not be friends, but learn what to say and what not to say. There are some people you cannot share what you're going to do. Suddenly you share it and then you cannot move forward. Because you feel as if you're stuck, and then what happened? You begin to feel like you're failing. You know why? They're failing. And they're passing on all the emotions onto you. So, those things are so very important for us to know and for us to understand. All right? So that's the big news. So I hope you guys can tune in. You can download the app, Talk City Radio 91.1 FM, so that you could be a part. You can be a part of what is happening. We're going to be doing some promotions for this segment. All right, so stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. We are having our next business plan training, which is going to be on the 31st of July. That is the Friday before the holiday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. It's $150. Some people have already paid. So that's our second session. So we are going to also have that. And then people are still asking about the vision board. So that the vision board is most likely going to be around the 7th of August. Hi Sharon, thank you so much. It's going to be the 7th of August, and it's going to be on a Friday also at 7 p.m. because I have about 6 people that are waiting to do the vision board. The vision board is $100, and that is $100 per household. Someone asked me, to do one for the children. Sometimes your children, even from now, thanks Tasha, even from now, they have dreams. They have purpose. They know what they want to do. So from now, we could bring them together and, get the Bristol. Children like those things, and put it together and really and truly help them from now so they can begin now to walk into their purpose. And on the 14th of August, I want to do conflict management at 7 p.m. That's also $150. And that's, of course, on Zoom online. And, that is something we really need to find out. What are some of the areas where we function when it comes to conflict management? Are we those that avoid? Are we those that compromise? Are we that person that collaborate? We want to see where you fit, because so when we finish now, there's a sheet that I designed for you we're going to ask certain questions, and you're going to add up the scores, and you're going to see where you fit. Sometimes we feel we deal with conflict, but we don't, So, so we really want to do that session, and that session, $150, that's something to really and truly, get, if you have teenagers in the house, get them involved to come and do this session. And that training is going to be on the 14th of August at 7 p.m. It's a Friday. So I want to encourage you guys to come on board. There's simple things we need to know about ourselves, and we need to be self-aware. So if you come on board, we could really and truly do that session, and let us learn about ourselves. Let us be better people. Let us be better people. We already have a pandemic to deal with. So in the meantime, let us help develop ourselves. So when this is all over, we will be ready, to go out there. I want to thank you guys for coming again on the program. Hit that share button. Someone needs to hear this program today, because they might be feeling as if they're feeling. Also, please, I encourage you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Right now, when you finish here, go straight to your computer, go to your phone, and subscribe to C&J Training and Consultancy Limited, where we will be uploading all these live programs. We will upload. Sometimes you're at work and you might want to tell a friend, listen, go on that channel and listen to this topic, and it's going to help you. And we deal with a wide range of different things. All right, so please subscribe to our channel, and please support us. We really and truly appreciate you guys, and it's really good when I come and I see you. I know I might just see 15, I might see 40. It doesn't matter. The point of the fact is, I am reaching some people. If I reach one person, that is evident enough for me, because the plan is to develop a better you. The plan is to change life. The plan is to unlock that potential that is within you. Thank you so much. I really and truly appreciate your support. All right. God bless. Have a great rest of the day, rest of the week, and a wonderful weekend. Goodbye.